Cubing is an interesting hobby full of many different twists and turns. It can be both very fulfilling and also demotivating at the same time. But cubing actually goes a lot deeper than many people think at first. My name's Rowan, and today we'll be going over the main 3 branches of cubing. Now, ever since the Rubik's Cube was invented, people have been like, I wonder if I could solve that again, but faster this time. And that's pretty much how speed solving got started, just trying to do it as fast as possible. And the speed solving meta has changed a lot over the years, from old Rubik's brand that turn like this, to highly advanced adjustable speed cubes with magnets and magnetic levitation. I'd say that like 80% of the entire cubing community is speed solvers, which is fine. Speed solving is kind of fun, but it does overshadow the rest of the branches. The main puzzles that people speed solve are officially endorsed by the World Cube Association, but of course there are like thousands of other puzzles. You can make a puzzle out of pretty much any 3D shape, any polyhedra. You can cut, slice, make puzzles, do twists. If you want to get started in learning other puzzles, then I highly recommend checking out cuboids if you're used to cube. They're very fun and have an interesting solve, different states and stuff. And also the FTO, face-turning octahedron, which I just think is a really unique and cool puzzle. And of course there are people who collect all these puzzles, so people have like huge collections of hundreds of puzzles. I maybe have about 150 myself. There are puzzles that shape-shift and bandage and jumble and so much more. And there are more puzzles in virtual simulator programs that run on computers. One of the most famous of them is P-Cubes, which simulates a bunch of different 3D puzzles that are super awesome. I highly recommend P-Cubes if you don't want to spend a bunch of money on different puzzles, or you can just shop at thecubicle.com and use the discount code ROWAN to save 5% off. A bunch of different programs have puzzles that would be physically impossible to build, such as my favorite higher dimensional puzzles like 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional, up to 7-dimensional puzzles that obviously can't be built in our regular 3D space, but there's virtual simulation programs for it that are really awesome. But of course, there is not just one way to solve a puzzle. There's many different methods, and this is the 3rd branch of cubing, method development. Some methods are designed to be as fast as possible, others are designed for the ergonomics, or the different turns that you're doing. Others are designed for high algorithm count, or low algorithm count, or just for plain old fun. I like using the Speedsolving wiki as a resource because it has like a list page with so many different methods, and that's where I started learning them from. If you want to get into method development, I recommend like learning some of the big 3 methods, and then learning some other ones, learning the different techniques, and then give a shot at making your own methods. I have a tutorial video on my channel on how to get started with method development if you're interested. Personally, I like developing like really cursed methods or weird methods, like big cube reduction, reducing 4x4 to 2x2 is fun, 7x7 to 5x5. There's a bunch of crazy stuff you can do that I think is really cool. But you don't have to stick with one branch at a time. Of course, you can combine branches. So if you combine speed solving with different puzzles, you pretty much get like the entire FTO community. There's people who speed solve the FTO puzzles super fast. They're just insane. And of course, there's people who are trying to find which method you should use for speed solving. And that's a whole big thing of like trying to find the most optimal method and getting people to switch to that. So you don't have to focus on one branch at a time. You can combine them. Many things do combine them. But yeah, I just think every cuber should know about the 3 main branches of cubing, why they're so important. Speed solving is definitely the most popular branch, but the other ones shouldn't be overlooked and are just as important. If you're a speed solver, why not try out one of the other branches? Could be fun, who knows? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and use my discount code ROWAN for 5% off at thecubicle.com, and I'll see you in the next video.